Okay, it is now 8:30 and let me begin. Welcome to my New Year's resolution live stream. I wanted to interact with the individuals who have been supporting my channel throughout this year. I started in April and I just wanted to have a moment wherein we can actually interact and talk about our New Year's resolutions. All right. Now, it is we're coming into the end of 2020, and at the end of every year, we normally talk about what the year has been like. So this is just a wrap session for us to just talk and interact, for me to get to know a little better the persons who have been supporting this channel over the past 9 months. And I'm just happy for the community that have been able to develop over this short period. So we're going to be talking, interacting. Feel free to put your questions in. What are your New Year's resolutions? What are the things that you want to leave behind in 2020? What are the things that you want to take into 2021? So this is what this discussion will be all about. I just want to remind you of something. It takes 21 days to break a bad habit, and it takes 90 days to make a permanent change in your life. So remember, it takes 21 days to break a bad habit, and it takes 90 days for you to make a permanent change in your life. So as we leave 2020 and go into 2021, let us see, what are we going to be doing for the first 21 days? What are we going to be doing? So that is what we'll be talking about tonight. And remember, feel free to put a comment in. Let me hear what you're thinking, what's on your mind, so that we can actually work on something together. So welcome everyone who is here now. The last time I had a live stream, I had one person with me. Now I'm seeing that I have three. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for all the small victories. Happy for all the small victories. So if more persons come along, fine. If I still only have my three, fine. If you want to put a comment, also very good. It will help with the interaction. All right. So first, I'm going to start with what I am thankful for. I'm thankful for my faith. What are you thankful for? I'm thankful that I have a relationship with God, and He helps to guide me through it all. So please write, what are you thankful for? Another thing I'm thankful for is family. I'm thankful for family, because without family, sometimes we wouldn't have that set of individuals who will back us no matter what, because that is what family does. They're there with you, they go through the thick and thin with you. So family is wonderful. So I'm happy for my faith, I'm happy for family, and let me just say, guys, I'm happy for fair. I don't know if anybody can relate with me with this. You know what fear does? Fear helps you to not become too overly confident in yourself, but you have this healthy fear to say, okay, let me be prepared. Let me get to understand what it is that I'm up against, because I don't want to fail. So a healthy dose of fear is what I'm also thankful for, because it helps me to be prepared for what is ahead. I'm also happy for fun and laughter, because what YouTube is for me. It's fun. It is something that I'm able to do, something that I can try my creativity on, because I really don't understand this whole YouTube thing. I really don't. But in my trying to understand it, I am getting better and better at it. All right. So as I said, if I have 2 persons, 4 persons, as long as it's not me alone, I am totally fine with this live stream. And then I'm also happy for food. Food. So the first thing I wanted to talk about on this live are what are the things that I'm most thankful for. Because the thing, there are many things that can go wrong in this life, many things. But we have to appreciate the things that are going well for us. We have to appreciate those things. So I'm happy for my relationship with God. I'm happy for my family. I'm happy for having a healthy dose of fair. I'm happy for fun and laughter, and I am totally happy for food. Remember, guys, you can put a comment, anything that you would like to say, add to the conversation so that we can have a fulsome discussion. So let me start right now with the second thing on my agenda for right now. It's my verse for the night. My verse for the night is this. I was told to read Psalm 55. And let me just say, Psalm 55 has been, I think many of us have experienced Psalm 55 this year. And for the persons who are familiar with Psalm 55, it talks about all the issues that many of us, let me not say you, many of us may have been going throughout the year, feeling betrayed by what is happening, so I'm going to go through. So hopefully I have some Christians in this group with me, and you'll just stay with us as we go through, because we have to put the scripture first. We have to acknowledge God as our Savior and all that He has done for us, and then we can go into our proper discussion. So Psalm 55, it says, "Listen to my prayer, O God. Do not ignore my plea. Hear me and answer me. My thoughts trouble me and I am distraught because of what my enemy is saying, because of the threat of the wicked. For they bring down suffering on me and assault me in anger. My heart is anguished within me. My terrors of death have fallen on me. Fear and trembling have beset me. Horror has overwhelmed me. I say, oh, that I have the wings of a dove. I would fly away and be at rest. I will flee far away and stay in the desert. I would hurry to my place of shelter, far away from tempest and storm. Thing is that over 2020, we have been through a lot of storm, a lot of testing, a lot of things we have gone through. So Psalm 55 will really resonate with a lot of individuals. Lord, confuse the wicked, confound their words, sorry. For I see violence and strife in the city. Day and night they plow around on the wall. Malice and abuse are within it. Destructive forces are at work in the city. Threats and lies never leave the streets. If an enemy were insulting me, I would endure it. If a foe were raising against me, I would hide. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship at the house of God as we walk about among the worshippers. Now that verse really resonated with me, and I'm wondering if it resonates with a number of you as well. Other times we expect to have confusion or opposition outside of our circle, outside of the persons who we trust. But there are times when it is within our circle that we get some of the strongest opposition. It is within our circle that we feel betrayed, because those are the persons we care about. And when the persons who are close to us, that's when we feel it. So verse 12 says, if an enemy were insulting me, I would endure it. If a foe were raising against me, I would hide. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship at the house of God as we walked about among worshippers. So that is when we actually do feel it, when it is individuals who we once called friends or persons who we don't expect certain things from, who have the capacity to hurt us in very deep ways. Let death take my enemy by surprise. Let them go down alive to the realm of the dead, for evil lodging among them. And it goes on. So as I was saying before, Psalm 55 really resonates with what really happened with us this year. Family members, 2020 was a handful. a total handful. But we're at the end of the year. We're at the end of the year, and we know that we can overcome anything with God. I have a guest that is to come on, and they're trying to get on. So let me see if I can share the link for them to come on. I see nobody has actually sent anything. Nobody has anything to say thus far. Okay, let me continue. So, 2020 in the past, 2021 yet to come. And the first thing I said when I started this live, it takes 21 days to break a bad habit and 90 to make a permanent change in our life. So what are we going to do for the first 21 days of 2021? You see that? 21 days. So of 2021, what are we going to be doing for the first 21 days? Let me tell you what oh, hi, Cleopatra. Hello. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for even saying hi. Thank you. Thank you. I have one person who has entered my live and said something. I thank you so much. And I'm so happy, as I said, the first live that I did, I had with me, and now I have at one point I saw 6. So progress is being made. Progress is being made. I love you also, Cleopatra. Thank you for being on my channel. All right. So as we said, Psalm 55 was what a lot of people experienced during 2020, and we're looking forward to change in 2021. All right. So I have some things that I think we should be doing, some healthy resolutions. And let us see if we can have a discussion around that. My first thing, and I'm going to look on just a couple of things. My first thing is, one thing I believe that we should do in 2021 is to connect with a friend or family member every day. Connect with a friend or family member every day. What you guys have to say about that? There are times when we get so caught up in all the things that we're doing that we don't realize that we need to stop and connect with those individuals in our lives who make a change or mean something to us, the persons we care for. Because when we're able to hear those persons' voices and connect with them on a personal level, it helps our psychological being and helps us to be able to go forward. So my number one thing for us for 2021 is to connect with a friend or family member at least once every day. That's my number one. And I'll be counting down a couple of things. Number two, and people remember you can make your thank you, Shelley. You're thanking God for your family and friends. I am thanking God for that as well. Because if we don't have those individuals, let me just say, a lot of people don't live where their family members are. They don't live where they are. And right now in this COVID, in this pandemic, a lot of times we are not able to see them. But if we're able to call them on the phone, if not even to call them sometimes, but even to send them a DM, send them something on WhatsApp, send them something on Instagram, let them connect with them. We need that family relations. But if you're someone who you're estranged from your family, you're not close to your family, you need to cultivate some friends around you, persons who you know you can depend on all the time, and you can call and link with them. So that's why I think that the first thing we need to do for 2021, have a goal in mind that I'm going to connect with a friend or family member every day. Doesn't have to be the same person. So we do anybody, you have to watch, people are busy and so on, but connect with somebody every day. Number two for me, create a bedtime routine. Create a bedtime routine. Many of us get sick, because we're not resting enough. I know when I'm not resting enough, I put on weight, I get bloated, I get irritable easily. I'm totally stern and strict and get miserable because I am tired. Tired. And sometimes when we're tired, we don't react properly to things. So we need to have a bedtime routine, okay? When do I go to sleep? What do I do before I go to sleep? Do I go and get something to drink, some warm milk or tea? Do I read a book? And let me just say to any teenager that may be watching at this time, many of you, or even people my age, what we do sometimes, we go into the bed and we have the phone with us. And then we go on Netflix and we watch something, or we go on looking at WhatsApp, looking on people's status. And you know what that does? It stimulates our brain. So you're going to the bed to sleep, but you're not going to sleep. And then you're there lying in the bed for about 2 hours and you're not going to sleep. So what happens? You wake up tired in the morning. So we need to have in 2021, if we don't have it yet, a bedtime routine that we follow every night. We do the same thing every night so that we get our proper rest. We need to get our proper rest. That's number 2. My next thing that I'm trying to do for 2021, and guys, remember, you can put your resolution in the chat. Please put your resolution in the chat if you have made some. And remember, we're looking on practical stuff, because not a resolution that I'm going to lose 100 pounds by March, nothing like that. I'm looking at, when I talk about resolutions, I'm just talking about simple everyday things that we can implement in our lives to make our lives better. So number 1, as I said, ensure that you connect with a friend or family member every day. All right. And number 2, create a bedtime routine that will work for you. I'm waiting for my guest to call so that the fun can begin. So the next routine, eat healthy meals. Eat healthy meals. Now, when we talk about healthy meals, healthy for me may not be healthy for you, but we have to try to see how healthy we can get with the meal, so that, because when we eat healthy meals, what does it do? It helps to fight against viruses, and especially in this time where we have COVID and all them things, we need our body to be as strong as possible to be able to avoid all of those other things. So we need to eat healthy meals. And I'm just waiting to see any other suggestion that others of you may have. Next thing now, remember I talk about a bedtime routine, having a good bedtime routine. We also need to have a morning routine. And that is what I am vowing to do for 2021. Get up in the morning, do my prayer and so on, go and do my exercise, get myself ready for work. There has to be things that you do in the morning so that you get up knowing that, and even if you're not going to go to work for that day, to not just lie down in the bed and whatever, but to have a routine that you follow every morning. There are days you take a day off, but there needs to be a routine that we follow to ensure that we are on track. All right? Next thing, and I'm going to wait for Cleopatra. What of all the things that I've said so far, or Shelley, which one do you think that you would actually do? Let me hear if you're still here. Which one do you think you would actually do of the ones I've given so far, I've stated so far? Okay, I'll wait until you're right, but I'll continue. The next thing that I would recommend is for persons to explore a new hobby or skill. Explore a new hobby or skill. YouTube is my new hobby. Learning YouTube, doing things on YouTube, it is now my new hobby. So I will encourage everybody to have some sort of an outlet, that we're not just doing work, but there's another outlet that we have. And my outlet right now is YouTube. So we need to, like 2 years ago, my hobby was sewing. I sat down on my veranda and I learned how to sew. The year before, I was doing vegan cooking. So each year we need to have a new goal that we put towards ourselves. What am I going to learn this year? What is going to be my hobby this year? What new skill am I going to actually, what new skill that will I actually learn this year? All right, Shelly's saying that what she is going to do is to contact a family member or a friend at least once a day. Yes, that's a good one. That is a good one because we need that family contact. So thank you, Shelly, for that. So each year, besides our regular job that sometimes become very stressful and monotonous or so on, we need to have another outlet, a hobby that we can learn. So I'm thinking I chose YouTube this year during the pandemic to start doing something on YouTube, and that is my hobby, to learn something new, learn the art of editing, filming, and all those sort of things. So that is what I'm doing this year. What is it that you would want to do? So it depends on your interest. So you could actually try to do something new for you. If somebody may want to do photography, somebody may want to do painting, somebody may want to learn to do crochet. So whatever your skill, there are many things you can learn many things on YouTube. Go in and just type in what it is that you want to learn, and you may find you'll find somebody teaching it. Or there are some other things out there. You don't have to pay sometimes to learn something new. All right. So but just find something new, something different to do. All right. So I said connect with a friend or family member every day. Have a regular bedtime routine. Have a regular morning time routine. Eat better or healthier meals and explore a new hobby. Explore a new hobby that you will actually do. All right. And that is it. Painting and so on. One thing that I will also say that we should do is to ensure that we get a side hustle, a side business. What kind of skill or talent do you have that you believe other persons will actually pay for? Is it that you can draw? I want a nice portrait of myself to hang on my wall. So if you can draw, maybe that is something that you can try and perfect. You can perfect it. All right. Is it that you can sew? Is it that you can paint? Is it that you can take pictures very well? So whatever it is that you think you have the talent to do, or anything that you have seen that others are doing that you believe that you can also do pretty well, I am thinking make it into some other side business. If there's nobody selling ice cream in your community, maybe you can sell ice cream. What I'm saying is that we're at a state in our world right now that we can't depend on just one source of income. We have to find ways to get other sources of income. So sometimes instead of sitting down and saying, oh my God, I have no money, what we could actually do is say, how can I get some money? What is it? What kind of skill has the Lord given me that I will be able to utilize and to actually earn some more income for myself? All right. So that is something that we should think about for 2021. Not to look on different ways in which we can make money for ourselves and for our family. And this goes to teenagers, to adults, to everybody. Don't just depend on that one job. What I have loved about these young persons nowadays, those persons in their 20s and so on, they are always looking for different ways to earn a living or to make money. And they will be in their steady job and they're still trying to find another way to supplement their income. Think that persons of my generation, we would get a job and we are nicely settled in the job and we feel wonderful in the job. But I see young persons, they are more always looking for another way to earn money and to do things. Right? I think when I'm at this far back, I think it looks nicer on the camera than if I'm up in your face like this. Okay. I'm learning this YouTube thing. I'm learning. So bear with me. And if you have guide things to say to help me to improve, please feel free. Feel free to send comments and tell me what you think I could improve on. All right. And I will appreciate because my hobby is YouTube and I'm learning. All right. So get a side hustle. Another thing that I would recommend that you do in 2021 is to declutter our homes. declutter our homes. What do I mean by decluttering our homes? The thing is, when we live somewhere, we actually start accumulating so many things. We accumulate so many things, and sometimes we don't even know what is in our homes anymore. We don't know. We just have the things themselves. And then sometimes sometimes we just need to do a clean out of the place, man, and declutter and take out some things that we know we're not using. And sometimes you will open a cupboard in your home and you say, I still have this, I still have that. So in 2021, we need to get rid of some of the things we have in our homes that we're not using. Maybe some of those things can earn us some money. All right. So we need to declutter. We need to take out some things that we're not using. We need to see if we can, if there are other persons who may need them. So it's either we're going to sell them or we're going to give them away to persons who may actually need them. Need to declutter. And so when we're decluttering, what happens sometimes? It helps us to see what it is that we have. Because let me ask a question. How many times have you actually gone and bought something? And when you get home, you realize you have it already. You have it already. You have the thing already. So I'm thinking we need to declutter. We need to take stock of everything we have in our homes. And in 2020, let us do that. Declutter and take stock of what we have. All right? Decluttering leads to something else. Many of us have been working from home, and our homes have become like our offices. All right? What we need to do for 2021 is to redecorate. If there's a section of the house that we have been using for our offices, try and just have it as that, a place that we work from home. And leave our sleeping spaces or our places for our family, if we're able to, leave it for just that. Because what happens, because we're working from home, a lot of times our home that was normally our sanctuary now becomes our workplace as well. So, and you know, at work, there are some frustrations at work. And when we take that frustration into our homes, sometimes our home don't become the comfortable place that we want it to be. So we need to redecorate. We need to redecorate and ensure that we let our homes be that sanctuary that we actually want it to be. And so let me say something, you know, I am enjoying this live, even though persons are not really sending out anything, but I'm enjoying it. Why? I'm looking at the progress. I used to have, the last time I did a live, I had one person with me. And I've seen that I've gone up to 8 at one point. So happy, 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 happy am I. Okay, let me continue. For 2021, we need to focus on helping people more. Need to help persons more. To help all the persons that we possibly can. All right? Because what is happening now is we have seen in this year 2020 that there are many persons who were living on that border. And many of us ourselves were living on that border. If we don't get paid for that particular month, we will be suffering. And God has really helped many of us. And in helping many of us, what we have come to realize is that there are other persons who have not been as fortunate as we have been. And if we are able to help them, we really need to. Or we need to join organizations that are able to help these individuals. All right. So that is one thing that we need to do for 2021 to help. Now, remember now, my resolutions, we are just looking on how can we change what we are doing in the new year so that we start developing some healthy habits. All right. So let me see if we can backtrack. I think I have given you about 10. Make sure that you call a friend or family member at least once each day. Have a bedtime and a morning time routine because we need to have rest and relaxation and we need to start the day right. All right. We need to eat healthy so that our bodies are strong to fight whatever virus or sickness that is coming into the future. All right. We need to also have a hobby something that will take our mind away from our regular job and have something that will help us to release our creativity and so on. We need to also have a side income and not be totally dependent on our basic salary, but have some money coming in some other way. We need to declutter our homes so that we know exactly what we have and that we can get rid of some things that we don't really need to have in our homes. All right. And also we can help persons by donating things that they may need that we may not be actually be using in our homes. We need to redecorate our homes so that our office spaces, even if it's a little corner in the house, that our office spaces are exactly that. And that the rest of our home is our comfort, our safe place, and so on. All right, I see Mr. Gavin Scott is in the room at this time. Hi, Mr. Scott. Uh, how are you? I don't have the technology for you to come on the screen as well, but I know that in the future I will have that software available. But is there anything that you would like to say as to your New Year resolution at this time? Any New Year resolution that you have? While Mr. Scott types, let me just say the last thing I have to give in on resolution is this. We need to change our mindset. All right? Change our mindset and let go of the negativities in our life. Get rid of the negativities in our life. Change our mindset. When we would normally think in a negative way, oh, this is going to happen, so whatever, what we need to look on is, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. This is going to be good for me. And if we look on things in that different way, a positive way, then things will become easier. Things will become easier because we're looking on them in a positive mind frame. I see Mr. Scott says he needs to get closer to the Lord. That is good. That's always a good resolution. Always a good resolution to say you want to get closer to the Lord. Always a very good resolution. All right. So I've given you 10 things. I've given you 10 things that you can try and incorporate in your life for 2021. And I see Shelly said the first one is the one that she's going to try and do to ensure she calls a family member at least once a day. But there are 9 others that I gave, and I'm hoping that they're all remembered. All right, that they're all remembered. So my channel is all about St. Thomas. I've always been saying that. All right. Mr. Scott, could you call me on WhatsApp, please? Call me on WhatsApp. My channel has always been about St. Thomas. So I would like anybody who is in the chat right now to tell me what is their desire for St. Thomas for the year 2021. Besides the road, I know that person will be thinking about the road, but what is your desire? What is your wish for the parish of St. Thomas for 2021? Or what is your wish for Jamaica for 2021? What is your wish for Jamaica for 2021? Hello, Mr. Scott? Hello? You're in a quiet space? Yes, I'm in my room. Okay. First, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to see if my subscribers are hearing you, or the persons who are watching. If anybody are hearing Mr. Scott, could you just say yes, so I could know that he's being heard? Thank you, Mr. Logan. You are looking for peace, love, unity, opportunities for our youths. Okay. So your wish for St. Thomas is for opportunities for our youths. Yes. And that is why in this channel, I'm always trying to feature businesses in the parish and so on. And education is very important. So if our young people, we have a lot of young people in the parish that they have the subjects. Some of them have acquired certain skills, but they have to leave the parish to look elsewhere for job opportunities. So opportunities for young persons really is a big thing. But Mr. Scott, could you tell me what is your take on this new year and what you think it's going to bring for us?
For this new year, I am hoping that it will be a better year for the country in
Mm-hmm.
terms of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What were the positives that you saw?
our prime minister might be because that is the prime minister.
Oh, so let me see if I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that the virus did not cater for who you are, social status, old, young. It was anybody who was affected. That's what you're saying. So we all kind of realized that we were equal. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. I understand you. I understand you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We didn't have all the resources, but we made do. We didn't have all the resources, but we made do with what we had. Yes. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, Mr. Somebody's saying that they're not hearing. Uh, somebody's saying that they're not hearing. Let me see how I can paraphrase. Just to say for anybody else, is it only Mishka who is not hearing, or everybody is not hearing? Just want to be sure. And good morning and good night, my dear. All right, nobody else is responding. Continue, Mr. Scott. Are you hearing me, Mishka? Are you hearing me and you're not hearing the other person? Just let me know. Continue until she responds, please. Mhm. But not you. Okay, okay. All right. If you could just type then. Type then. Or continue talking and I will paraphrase what you're saying. Thank you for that, Mishka. The phone is already on speaker.
Alright. Do you have speakers like computer speakers?
But it seems as if it's hold on. Talk again for me, please.
Yes, I'm asking if you have speakers.
The thing just picked you up a while ago. It look like I just had you at the wrong place.